Yeah, so as you guys make your way on, just let me know how you did this week in training and or in your trading. This is the weekly recap. This is very good to do every week because it does help to keep you on track, to gauge your progression. One of the things that I always talk about, especially for those of you who are newer, is that you may not necessarily be taking trades yet, but understand that the process of training before you begin to trade is more important than when you get into position to be taking trades, because building up the habit of training the right way is going to transcend into when you execute once you're in position. So it's like it's the thinking where you're working to get into a certain position and then you'll be working to stay in the position that you get to. That's the thinking. Some people make the journey more difficult to get in position by things that they do prior to getting in position. In other words, things that they do during the training and during the building process. And the proper training regimen is what helps you to avoid slowing down your progression by interrupting proper creation of training habits in the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? So in other words, if you do it right out the gate, and when I say do it right, I literally mean 301 or repeat. You don't necessarily understand everything in the beginning when you do that, but it's very important that you do it, because by not doing it, you will do things that deviate from what you need to be doing. And if you create habits off of deviating, you're going to create problems. And especially doing that early on, so that's why I literally position everything so that all roads lead to you not doing that. Excuse me. I want every road to lead to you not deviating and not putting yourself in position to have to undo bad habits that you created in the beginning. So that's why everything that I do is so repetitive. Everything that we talk about is so repetitive, because we want to get you on the right track right away. We don't want you to mess up first and then have to come back and undo what you messed up and then put yourself on the right track. It's like, just get on the right track out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Just get on the right track. All right, I see Otis. Otis, what's up? JT said he's still sitting at 7-0 for the project. He said peacefully sitting at that. Rich said training is the dress rehearsal for the main show. Train exactly how you will perform. Exactly. Exactamundo. What's up, Stacy? Stacy, how'd you do this week in training? And if you took trades, let me know how you did as well. Let me see if I missed anything. Rich said the YouTube lives were very powerful for TA and others outside of TA. Yeah, the lives are getting crazier, man, every week. Every week. JT said, I didn't see MRMH this week. I saw stability, saw good positioning. It just didn't give it up. No trade was executed this week. Very good. What's up, Lisa? Yeah, this is good. This is good stuff. And Stacy said she's 0-0. Okay, very good, Stacy. Very good. And Stacy, how was training for you this week? Jay Carly said, I don't need to post my 301s anymore. I got my average up to 6 a day without a problem, which was the goal. 3 focused and 3 listening per day, which is strong. I'm focusing on my live clip project and more focused observation time. Right. Yep. That project is actually going to help you to focus because of what you are running into on the lives. And of course, I knew that. You know what I'm Jediing. You know that. Stacy says sleep with 301 all night long. Very good. Very good. I'm telling y'all, man, it works. Rich said good working on that patience. He was talking about JT. Yes. Let me refresh this other watch party in case there's comments over here. I don't know if y'all are making any comments in this one, but let me refresh just in case. Because sometimes Facebook don't be showing me everything. Okay. I know you know. Think I saw Jelani just come on here. Jelani, what's up? Lisa said 301 still on 24/7. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, this week was an interesting week. It was one of those weeks where the market just, depending on when you were observing, it may have not just given up anything, which is okay. I was actually talking about this yesterday. And by the way, just so I can remember what I did this week, early in the week on Sunday and Monday, I believe I had trades. I had 2 trades this week, early on in the week. Both of them were for the slow and steady project, and I think I caught one of them in my main account. So one of them I caught in both accounts, and then the other one was just for the slow and steady project as well. But yeah, so with that being early in the week, like Sunday, Monday, for the remainder of the week, when I observed, there was no MRMH that I saw, and there was no trades. So naturally, if I'm saying I don't see an MRMH, that means that there ain't gonna be no trade, because that precedes the trade. So the fact that I wasn't able to actually even see a solid MRMH in the market when I was on the platform observing means that a number of things could have been the cause of that. One, the time that I was on the platform. 2, the market just ain't give it up. 3, the market ain't give it up during the time that I was on the platform. And the market ultimately does what it wants to do, but the confirmation that you're doing things the way that you should be doing is that if the market is not giving it up, it makes it obvious that it's not giving it up. Like, you understand what I'm saying? You have to be confident in your skill to know that if you don't see anything being given up, that is right. Does that make sense? In other words, I don't ever want you to doubt your observation and think that you're not doing something right because you don't see MRMH appear. Does that make sense? Don't think it's you, because you're training. You doing 301 on repeat is literally taking you and molding you into the individual that you're becoming, right? And you're being molded into like a lethal weapon in the market. So understand that as you start to observe and look, when you're not seeing things, and then you're getting further confirmation of that through the group, meaning that we got videos that people are posting, or the lack of videos. You know, one of the things that I also say is that when you don't see a lot of videos being posted, that can mean that there just are not things that are coming up as far as what looks like it might be close to MRMH, etc. Usually people will post what they think is MRMH or something that's close to it. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody's really posting videos of nothing. Like, oh, this was trash, next. We ain't posting the next. You understand? We're going to post what looks like it could have been, or it might be, so that there can be an open dialogue and a discussion about it. And then you can get the elevation from it. It's just like if you post a video, and this is another reason why recording is so important. When you post a video and we all look at it, we're looking at the video. We're not listening to you say, oh, at such and such time, I think that was MRMH, or that was MRMH at such and such time. I can't take anybody's word for it being MRMH or not being MRMH. Instead, if you have a video for it, I can look to see. And as soon as I look and see, now I can interpret not what you saw, but I can interpret what I'm seeing and then give you feedback. You understand what I'm saying? So my feedback may or may not align with what you might have saw or what you were not sure of. So it's such a remarkable tool when you have recordings. This is why I keep telling y'all to record. When you get into the habit of recording, you don't have to wonder about if you're going to know or not. When you have the recording, when you post that, you're going to know, because we're going to review it and give you the feedback based on what we see. You see what I'm saying? And that's important for you. That's why you want to develop 301 on repeat and recording as your first habits. You want those to be your first two habits, 301 on repeat and learning how to record when you begin to observe. That way you can post those recordings, get the feedback that you need, and get the elevation. You understand what I'm saying? So remember that, and that's very important that you just get into the habit of doing that. So I wanted to just reiterate that. Akari, what's up? I see you. I see you, Ramon. I see Jay. When you come on, let me know how you did this week, and your trading and your training, the lives, you know, whatever feedback you got from this week. Let me know what's up. Jelani, what's good? Jay Carley said GU was testing us this week, actually reconfirming our execution of patience and discipline. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And I believe that, see, it was taking place also on the euro. Like, it wasn't just the pound. This is what I'm saying about trusting in your skill. Trust in what you're doing, because you're learning the skill set, which primarily consists of you waiting, right? You learning how to wait for the market to slow down and stop speeding up, like stop moving fast. That right there is what is the first thing really that you're waiting for. So that's why patience is the first skill that you develop, because you got to wait for the market to slow down first. Then as it slows down, then you can see what the behavior looks like. That's how the quick glance gives you, you know, so much information quickly. You know, as soon as behavior's off, next. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're nexting and you know why you're nexting, you know what the reason of the next is, realize how much skill you're actually executing in the market by doing that. That's a lot of skill. Nobody else is doing what we're doing. So understand that first and foremost. And the second thing is that you're learning it. You're learning how to wait. because a framework comes and your understanding of the framework elevates over time. So even if you just started, the fact that you're doing 301 on repeat is already giving you the framework. So you already have an idea of what to look for and what to wait for. Even if your first understanding of anything, before you even start understanding nuances or any of that, you know the market got to slow down. So if during your observation the market didn't slow down, you're right. You're right where you need to be. Because you can say, nah, when I was looking, the market was fast. And you 100% correct. If the market slowed down, you would have said, I did see times when the market slowed down, but I'm not sure what I was seeing as far as how the behavior was. You see how those are two different things? But if you can say with confidence, well or not, the market wasn't slow, you're doing it right. That's the first thing that you learn, is to wait for the market to slow down. You see? So trust in your skill and trust in the process, because the process is actually giving you the skill set. The process begins with working on your patience. Your patience is the key for you to wait for the market to slow. Waiting for the market to slow is the introduction into waiting for the behavior to be right. So you see how one thing leads into the next? Patience, slow down market, act right market. It's just boom, boom, boom. This is what 301 is doing. It's giving you that. That's why when you repeat it, you're not hearing any outside noise from anywhere else. You're not, when you starting out, you don't need to really be listening to other trainers. That's why I tell you to just do 301, because you don't want to hear other stuff like nuances and transition to confuse you until you get the basics down. When you get the foundation, then later on, when you hear that stuff makes sense now, because it's reinforcing what you learned in 301. But you can't bypass the foundation and try to jump into all of this stuff that doesn't make any sense to you yet. That's why I tell you to focus on 301, on repeat. That's going to give you the foundation, and it's going to give you the foundation strong as the rock. I was talking about that yesterday. So let me come back. I'm missing comments. Hold on. Ramon, what up? He said 1-0 this week, 8-0 for Project 21. Been looking forward for this mindset recap all week. It's always refreshing to see other people succeeding and growing together. Yeah, the recap is so important, man. It really is. It's like the culmination of the week. Otis said, been doing a lot of training. Really like Thursday night live training. Yeah. Thursday was crazy. What's up, Tracy? Dominic said, I'm not currently training with TA, but I am 3-0 for the week. Good work, Dominic. Good work. Tracy said, training was awesome this week for me. One thing I learned from you was I was relying on the chart too much. So I took the chart down when I'm watching. Number two, I got clarity on how to properly do the quick glance. And I added 7 new views of 301. That's a lot. That's hard. That's a lot right there, Tracy. That is TA excellence right there. Was it Thursday when you got unmuted? I think it was Thursday. That might be the one that Otis was talking about. Who just said something about the Thursday night training? Was that Otis or Ramon? That might have been Ramon, whoever it was. I think they was talking about the same night. Lisa said, I feel better hearing that because I didn't see anything close to MRMH the 2 days I did look at the EU. Right, exactly. Yeah, so that was your night then, Tracy. I told you that was going to help a lot of other people in the group. I told you that. That's why I like when you're unmute and you come on. A lot comes out of that, a lot of clarity. Because a lot of times you'll be able to express what you're having, not an issue with, but what you're having a little bit of a challenge with. And then we can, boom, hit it right on the spot. So even before somebody asks the same question that you asked or presents the same challenge that you're having, it's already answered because you brought it up. You know what I'm saying? So that this is why I love to dig in so that I can get just more from you, because a lot of times what you have an issue with, or I should say a challenge with at the time, is going to definitely help a bunch of other people. And that's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened. Okay, that was Otis that brought up the training Thursday, right? Yep, see? So that's strong right there. Akari said, great week of training as usual. Think I elevated to another level. Yeah, I heard you mention that a couple of times this week. When we were on live training, actually. You had mentioned that. Don't it feel good? Doesn't that feel good when you know that you like went up another notch? Jay Carly says, some of y'all need to quit being so shy. I see a whole bunch of people's little heads in the chat but never say anything. She said, first of all, what's up? Second, how y'all doing with training? Closed mouth don't get fed. Yeah, she's definitely right about that one. She's definitely right. Yeah, speaking up is very helpful for you and for others. I would say that if you're the shy type, think of speaking up as something that'll help somebody else. Not just you. If you think of it that way, then it's kind of like not speaking up can hurt somebody. Think about that for a second. If you don't say nothing, it can actually hurt somebody else. So I'm giving you a little switch to help you so that you can just speak up more about what's going on with you at the time. Because it's not necessarily for you. It's so that somebody else don't get hurt by the same issue because none of y'all are bringing it up. Does that make sense? Hopefully that'll help. Jelani said, I was 0-0 for the week. I did record an MRMH, but there were no follow-throughs. And Jelani, you in the pound, right? I think you shared that one in the group. Did you share that? It seemed like there was one I took a look at. Yeah, you did share that because you was watching a movie or something in the background. Or you was watching Dave Chappelle. That's the one I'm talking about, right? The one with Dave Chappelle and somebody else. See, my memory's pretty good sometimes. Okay, so very good, man. Very good. Otis said, I'm learning to not be anxious when on the charts and approach the market with a peaceful mindset. Why be anxious when you know what you were seeing? Wow. That's a hack right there. Listen to what Otis said. He said he's approaching the market with a peaceful mindset, learning not to be anxious. Why be anxious when you know what you're seeing? You know what you're looking at. That's hard. That's hard. Yeah, Tracy agrees. That's hard right there. Yep. That's very good. It's so crazy how a lot of yeah, you know I'm gonna hit him with the Jedi. I think I just saw Shawnee come on here too. Shawnee, what up? Talk to me, Shawnee. What the hell was I about to say? Damn. What was Otis just talking about? Oh, anxiety. A lot of times what people lean into is being anxious because they're juggling their emotions. And this is good right here. This right here is pretty good, I must say. Just what I'm thinking about. I just hope that I can communicate it. When you're juggling your emotions, you dealing with being afraid of missing what you're waiting to see. At the same time, you being afraid of seeing it. Listen to this, man. Y'all gonna catch this. You scared to not see it, and you scared to see it. Because when you see it, you're gonna question you. This is ill right here. This is what creates anxiety. You scared to miss it. And then when you see it, you're going to question whether or not you're seeing what you thought that you saw. Again, what tools can we use to help circumvent that? Recording. If you're observing, learn to record. Now, this way, when you record, as soon as you see the market and you're wondering if that was it, because it looks like, in your mind, it looked like that was it, right? The recording is going to tell us if that was it or not, right? So now when you get the feedback from us, that's going to help to deal with the fact that if that is it, and you kind of scared because you feel like, damn, I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. If we confirm that it is, it helps to offset and to push that to the back, because now it's like, boom, wow, that was it. I was right. I do know what I'm doing. You understand what I'm saying? You get the confirmation from us through feedback that you're actually doing it right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the recording is going to help with. Now, at the same time, the FOMO part, like the fear of missing, that's tying into your anxiety also. But to deal with the fear of missing out on seeing something, do what Otis said. What he just said a minute ago. Approach the market peacefully. In other words, don't even have no expectation. Have zero expectation. When you on the chart, just do your job. Don't worry about seeing or not seeing. Let the market decide what it wants to do. You do what you're being trained to do, and don't worry about nothing else. Don't worry about missing out on anything, and don't feel funny if you see it and you're like, oh man, I wonder if that was it. These are feelings that are going to come up. Like, understand what I'm saying? I'm explaining the feelings and the emotions that are going to come up, but I'm also helping to provide the solution to dealing with them. Because the solution is you. It's just all it is a little switch that you're turning. It's not like the emotions are ever going to go anywhere. They're going to be there, but what you're really doing is you're suffocating them through training. So you suffocating all of your shit that you're dealing with through training, learning how to record. These are all tools that are going to help you throughout the process, so that as you go through things, you're eliminating the emotional dealings quickly. The faster that you deal with your emotions, the better. Because it's going to give you more time to just work instead of having to deal with emotions. You know what I'm saying? 99% of this shit is dealing with your emotions. It's psychological. Impatience is emotional. You don't have no patience because you want it right now. That's emotion. So we're just suffocating all of the shit. All of your bullshit needs to be suffocated, and how we do it is through training and repetition. And creating the right habits. That's why the first habit is what? 301 and repeat. What's the second habit I said to create? Recording. Recording is going to help you with what I just described. When you scared of being right. You're like, damn, I think that was it. What if it was it? What if we confirm that it was it? What is that going to do for your confidence? I'm telling you, man. All right, let me see. Jay Carly said, anxiety is amped up worry and fear. Don't be afraid when you know you have the skill. Training eliminates fear. Come on, man. Shawnee, hey TA, great week trading and training. 1-0 for the week. Just another solid week overall. Momentum continues to build. Come on, man. See, BAU. Business as usual. Jay Carly, I get so excited going through all the lives from number one because I can literally see y'all's elevation unfold over time. Press play, press record, win trades, drop mics. There we go. Yeah, we added one more. Added one more. Shawnee said, wow, scared of being right. Say that again. It sounds crazy, but that's what you're doing. You scared of being right because that means that is working. And that the reason that scares you because it's like, oh, if this works, I'm about to be free. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's a scary feeling. See, you scared of the unknown. This is why being right is scary to you. Because you know what being right means. If you're getting this skill, you know what that means. You know that means freedom. Freedom is scary to you. It's unknown. You've never been free. And I'm talking about free. Like, do whatever the hell you want to do free. Like that. You've never been like that. That's scary to you because you don't know. It's unfamiliar to you. Yo, this shit is crazy, man. All right, let me come back to the comments up here. Ramon said, now it's up to you to trust what you're seeing and not fall for the temptation of getting into a trade. Come on, Ramon. Dominic said, even though I'm not training with TA, I watch the live and the chats because TA gives me hella motivation. I will rejoin TA very soon. You already know what it is, Dominic. Otis said, yeah, the surgeon analogy really helped me. It's true, man. I just was talking to my son about that this morning. And I explained the surgeon, like I gave him the surgeon analogy, and it was almost like it woke him up. That surgeon analogy is powerful. Jay said 301 a repeat. EU didn't want to give up any MRMH while I viewed. And what did I tell you about the euro this week? So this is Jay saying this. Who else was on the EU? Somebody else on the EU said that they didn't see anything this week. I forgot who it was. But they're confirming what I said. This is what I'm talking about as far as being right. Jay said, and I was fine with that. I was in observation training mode Thursday night live with Tracy. There's another one, Tracy. Question sent a light bulb off. TA elevation and refinement is second to none. Come on, man. Tracy said, Dominic, that's awesome. We will be happy to welcome you to the fam, and I'm sure you will elevate to the next level. Yeah, man. Tracy said she got to get better with recording. Ramon said recording and going through the phases one by one to reaffirm what you saw, plus showing it to others in the group to step up your skill set. Yes. Yes. I'm going to tell you something crazy about recording. That's 100% true. In 1 second, JT said, can you remain still until the right action presents itself. What's the last thing you said? The DHOA? What's that? The doer? I don't know what you're saying, JT. What's that? But I caught the first part. Can you remain still until the right action presents itself? Tracy said, for me, it's not if it works, it's when it works. I'm just working on being ready mentally for the win. See? That's tying right into what I was just talking about as far as us being afraid of what we have not experienced before. It's like, it's one thing when you get a taste of it. Like, imagine tasting something, then you can't taste it no more. Right? Then imagine you don't taste it until you can eat it. Now, that's crazy. Those two differences are very different. It's one thing when you taste it and then you can't finish eating it. It's another thing when you can't taste it until you're ready to eat it. That's what it's like. So just think about that for a second. When you begin to realize for the first time that this is it, it's like you know that it's you know that you're going there now. It's not a question of if you're going there. Just like Tracy said, it's just a matter of when you'll get there. And that dynamic is crazy because you know it's only a matter of time. So at first, emotionally, that is a lot to deal with because it's like, oh shit, I'm about to be free for real. Like the first time you actually realize you're going to be free, it is a little scary. Because you're like, damn. Kind of crazy right there. And it is. It is. Otis said, yep, it's blowing my mind. Mark G, I see you. Lisa said, any suggestions on the best way to record? Yeah, we talk about it all the time in the chat. If you use the computer, Screencast-O-Matic. And then if you're on the phone, there's the Galaxies, like if you're using the Samsungs, if you don't have an iPhone, there's a software called X Recorder. It's an app in the Play Store. And there's one like that's for the iPhone also. But it lets you record from the phone. But we got all that. So like just ask in the group chat and they'll share the links and everything. Otis said, like if you really do the quick glance, all you see is MRMH, everything else is noise, and you have a tremendous amount of free time. Yes. 100%. Which is also scary for people. This is another thing too about that. When you learn how to do the quick glance, it's scary. Because you have all this time left. It's like, all right, next. And you keep next in, it's like, damn, am I doing it right? You see what I'm saying? Because you have all this time left. You're not spending all this time trying to figure out anything. You're being trained to just execute. Next. Up. Let me take a closer look. Nope, next. And you're just going through that whole process until it ain't next no more. Again, this is something new. It's a little scary. So, it's crazy, man. Tracy said, me, I didn't see anything in the euro when I watched. It got close, but never got all the way there. Right. And Tracy, that's in line with what we were all saying about the euro this week. So that kind of, it goes to show you that the writing's on the wall for the way that you're looking at the market. You're seeing what you should be seeing. JT said, just press record as soon as you get on the charts and trim it later if needed. Yeah, you can definitely do that with the Screencast. Screencast-O-Matic. The one on the phone is, I don't think it's really like that where you can just be recording like for a long time. You probably just have to record and then if it's nothing, you delete it. But you could do it that way too. You could just record like when you're observing like from 1:30. And if it's next, then you delete it. If you don't feel it's next, then you share it in the group. That's actually a good way to do it from the phone because it's quick. It gives you a share option when you go to, you know, the little icon that look like remember jacks with the ball that you bounce and then you got to pick the jacks up. It's like 3 little dots with 2 lines, whatever that thing is called. But the share thing, when you go to share, it'll let you upload the video in the group. Like you can actually share it in the group chat on Facebook. So if you want to review it, if you want to share it in the group, just boom, just share it. If you feel that it's next, just delete it. If you're not sure, share it. So that's actually a good way to do it. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Dominic said, you're like a market Harriet Tubman freeing slaves. I agree. Harry Tubman. Oh, JT, you talking about the towel? Okay. He said on the recording app you download. That's what I was wondering, which software to use. Okay, cool. Gary, hey, what's good? What's a good video to review the quick glance? And Otis said, yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what the numbers are, but ask in the chat, Gary, in the group chat. And they'll let you know. They'll give you the actual numbers in the playlist for the quick glance. Because it's like a few videos that you can watch to get more familiar with it. And for anybody that's on here that just heard Gary ask about that, when you get a moment, look that up. I'm pretty sure Jay Carly will find it if she's still on here. My bad, you got mad comments in here. I apologize. What's up, Jamal? Jay Carly said, I had fear this week. We talked it out. A straight watch, 3 to 4 follow-throughs go right by. I knew I was right, but I was scared. So all you can do is recognize each hurdle and then figure out how hard you have to train to jump higher. Woo. Man, what did I post that today? I think the post I put on my Facebook today was train your way to freedom. Yo, the vibe is heavy, yo. The vibe is heavy. J. said, what the hell did you just say? I don't even remember. I'm sure we'll see it on the playback. I forgot. I don't know. We was going in just now. Jamal said, when fear is removed, the next thing to remove is foolishness. Ooh. Whoa. Damn. Hold up. Wait a minute, man. Damn. I gotta read that again. When fear is removed, the next thing to remove is foolishness. Lord have mercy. Damn, man. Oh, I didn't know that about the Galaxy, J. Carly. You can record from the Galaxy phone? I didn't know that. Without an app. Who knew? Shawnee said, I know we elevating as a group because there wasn't a lot of belly aching about the market's overall lack of opportunities. This week, we just next it and move on without getting attached to the market's minute-by-minute behavior. Yo, 100%. Yo, that's ill that you recognize that, Shawnee. Because that's what I talk about on live training, about how people don't be asking a lot of questions. It's the same reason that people don't ask a lot of questions. You know why people ain't asking a lot of questions? Because they training. They getting the answers already. They don't have that many questions. It's just training, rinse and repeat of the training. Then next thing you know, you observing, rinse and repeat of observation. Next thing you know, you're going to execute, rinse and repeat of the execution. You do that, it ain't nothing to talk about. The same way that there's no talk of, oh man, the market. We're not doing that now. You're right. You're right. The elevation is remarkable. Jay Carter said, maybe we do foolish things because we scared. Joseph said, I just start recording when I hop on. And then, so Joseph, when you do that, then you'll clip from that. If there's something that you want to bring to our attention, I'm assuming that that's what you would do. Or like if you want to keep it, then you share it in the group. But this is how you record everything that we're actually talking about on the recap right now. Jay Cardi says she just continues to record and then she edits when necessary. And she said the only video that you need right now is 301. Indeed. Yeah, I know why Gary's asking for the quick glance videos though, because I actually I'm helping him to focus on the quick glance so that the attention goes off of anything outside of the protocol. Remember that the quick glance, even though it's not spoken of on 301, is the key to 301. The quick glance is the key to 301. You know why? It eliminates all of the noise. When you do observation and you're doing the quick glance, you don't do nothing else. What you're doing is you're executing the process. As soon as you do the quick glance, what do you do when there's speed? Next. What do you do if there's a speed burst? Next. What do you do if there's wobble? Next. You're not applying parameters. Through the quick glance, you're actually in phases 1 and 2. Waiting. Ain't no parameters. No parameters need to be applied if the market is not presenting the right environment and behavior. Period. So until the market presents the right environment and behavior, you next it. That's quick glance all day. That's why it's the key to 301. So quick glance is very important. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to talk about it again this week. I'm going to focus on it because I want to reiterate what I just said. Stacy said she thinks it starts in 424. I think that Jelani posted it in the chat. Yeah, he got it. All right, so Gary, you should be good now. Jelani put it in the chat. I think that you see it too. So 372, 373, 420, 421. Okay. All right, very good. So thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Jelani. Otis said Jamal hit it on the head. Yeah, that was hard. Talking about over, like after fear's going, then foolishness got to get up out of here. In other words, don't do dumb shit. Yo, like that right there, it clicked for me as soon as I read it. That's hard. Just don't do dumb shit. Like it becomes easy to not do dumb shit when you just do what you're supposed to do in the beginning. You're not really going to do nothing dumb with 301 over P. You're not going to do nothing stupid. In 301, you hearing me tell you. Okay, Mark, can I take it? No. I'm talking to you. So if you're listening to that and then you look at the market, you're like, nah, this ain't right. It ain't in phase 1. Phase 1 ain't even there yet. How do you know that? Quick glance. Quick glance is telling you the phases like that. Come on, man. Come on. This is what I'm saying, like, about what we do. It's like, if you do this and you stick to what you're being trained to do and you follow instructions, you can't mess it up. can't mess it up, man. The only time that you're going to mess up is when you don't do it. If you don't do what you're instructed to do, that's the only way you can mess up. So if you're messing up, it's because you're not doing what you're instructed to do. What's the first instruction? 301 over P. What else? What else do you need? Record. Record. Come on, man. We're going to drive all of this home this week, too, on training. Because this stuff is important. Everything that we're talking about right now. Like this reinforcement is necessary. All right, let me come back over here. There's some comments over here I didn't even get to. Damn. Joseph said, I'm recording for my project, but yes, if it don't get filled, I hold it as a separate video. Okay, I got you. So, Joseph, you're documenting. Very good. Jay Carly said, Thursday night's video was excellent also, Gary, for the quick glance. I see Thursday night's video was a hit. That right there was a lot of clarification for a lot of people, I see. See what you did, Tracy? Yeah, J. Carly Jelani is crazy. J. Carly said the reason recording keeps coming up is because people continue to post a comment like MRMH 210, and she said, okay, where's the recording? Let's all see what you're seeing. Indeed. Not to mention, the more MRMHs you post, the more confidence you'll have, and you may be missing a small thing thinking it's MRMH when it wasn't. Small adjustments move huge mountains. Very good stuff. Very good. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, this is excellent. If there's anybody on here that I missed, as far as letting me know how you did in your trading and how training was for you for the week, just let me know real quick. I believe I'm seeing all the comments though. But yeah, so if you haven't commented yet, let me know. Just post real quick how you did this week and how training was for you this week also. Let me refresh this right here, just in case. And let me refresh this one, because I can't tell, no. I think I see Godfrey in the group. He said no trading yet, training was great. Excellent. Excellent. Very good. J. Carly Tracy spoke up And bam, several people just elevated the quick glance. Yep. And that's why that's so necessary. You know, it's very necessary that we engage like that, because like I said, you don't know who you speaking up is going to be the most helpful for. Jamal said the power of MRMH is obeying the Marx rule to wait to see the move hold. Indeed. Yep. Yeah, man. So again, I mean, you know, the structure for what we do is just so concise at this point. It really is. Lisa says, since my first training was last Sunday, and that was the first time I'd heard of quick glance, I waited until Thursday to look at the EU. I knew I needed to get the quick glance understood. So Lisa, Thursday, when I went through it, did that helped a lot, I would imagine, with you understanding the quick glance. And remember that the quick glance is like a mesh. It's like a merge into 301. It's so excuse me. It's so simple because 301 is simple when you do it right. Quick glance proves the simplicity of 301. Executing the quick glance is you executing the protocol, which is 301. MRMH is 301. Everything in 301 is the foundation of everything that we do from beginning to end. So that's why everything else reinforces 301. Quick glance is the key to 301. So again, like in your mind, don't separate anything from 301, because everything is engulfed by 301. Any other training that you name, any other training that you talk about, 301 is the reason that anything else makes sense. The tools, the range tool, right? All of it, play by play. Like we could take it back to anything that you've heard me ever say. 301 is the foundation for it all. Because 301 is the clearest articulation of what we do. That's why it makes everything else make sense. So just like now, even right now, protocol elevation. Is protocol elevation different? Or is it elevating your understanding of 301? You see what I'm saying? It's still 301. 301 is the key. That's the rock. So that's why 301 and repeat is the first thing that you have to do, because getting the foundation now allows everything that's built on the foundation to hold. The reason that the building will stand up is because of the foundation. You can use great materials when you built it, but if the foundation is weak, the building will fall. But the building's not going to fall if it's built on the strong foundation. That's what 301 represents. Like you can't even build without 301. That's how important it is. Lisa said I had a much better understanding about Thursday night's training. Very good. Very good. Yeah, and we're going to continue on with that too. So I'm going to be continuing to build into the quick glance, like into well this week coming up I'll do the same thing. I'll just elaborate more. J. Carter said that's why I speak up so loud, no man left behind. Yep. Remember, your silence can hurt somebody. That you know what I'm saying? Like, think about that. Your silence could actually hurt somebody in the group. Speak up. Jamal, hear wisdom, don't learn only by experience. Wisdom is a good teacher. Yes, it is. Jay Carly said, quick glance is permission to next or continue to observe. Quickly, it is the sharpest tool in our toolbox. Exactly. Exactly. That quick glance is the single-edged razor blade. It's cutting through everything. Yep. So all of the noise gets cut. We don't even hear noise. We don't hear noise. We just see next. Mic drop. All right, y'all. I'm out. So another awesome week. Another great recap. I'll see y'all on training tomorrow. Everybody else that, outside of TA, y'all need to get on the TA wave, man. Y'all know what it is. All right, y'all. I'm out. Deuces.